There we go. Hello. Alright, I'm just sorting my computer out, just set up, get set up, make sure I'm on. That's it. We're on. Hello, good evening and welcome. Lorna Carter from Lorna Carter's Creations. It's come round quick, it's Monday again. Oh, just bear with me. That's better. I thought I'd muted it, but I haven't done. That's better. Right, sorry about that. So, welcome this evening. Hi Sylvia. Hope you're well. Right, this evening we are going to make it's a tropical theme. It's a masculine card, could be used for a lady as well with the right colours. And we're going to make a surfing card. And we're going to make a little gift box to put a writ of sport in. So, yes, hopefully it won't be too long, but I'll get started and we can get going. So I'll just turn you around, if you just bear with me a second. Let's get it square. I never know if this bit looks really dark, but we'll be fine. We'll sort out. Right, so this evening we're going to be using the Timeless Tropical Stamp Set, and it's got a few nice sentiments. May your birthday be memorable. Rest and relax, you deserve it. Thank you. Hello, and our friendship is timeless. And then it's got the palm trees, pineapple, the really nice tropical flowers, and a leaf. But that's the stamp set we're going to be using, and that is a rubber, red rubber stamp set. It's not the polymer one that we were using the other week. So that is what we're using, and there it is in the catalogue on page 21. And you can actually, the stamp set itself is £21, but you can actually get a die set that goes with it. I'll just have a look, just let you know the price, which is in the tropics. The die set is, and that's at £33. That is, but I haven't got the stamp set. I haven't got the die set, but I'm just going to be using the stamp set tonight. So I will put my things away and we will get started. So I'll bring my trimmer in, and I'm going to make the card first. I'll just show you what we've got. This is the card. It's a bit of a 3D-ish effect, and what we've done is we've blended the inks in the background to get the sea, and then we've done the clouds and the sky like we did last week. We go through it again, and then we've got the surfboards, and finished off, of course, we've got to have pineapple, and then inside it's just the palm trees. But it can be used for any occasion. I was thinking with it coming up to Father's Day, it'd make a nice Father's Day card. I find masculine cards quite difficult, so when I dreamt up this one, I thought, ooh, nice one, ideal for Father's Day. So that's what we're doing, and of course we've got to have the decorated envelope. And then the box, I'll just quickly show you the box. Hi Chris. This is the box. It's a shaker one, and that's like a 3D one, but then in it just holds Rita Sport. I just made it to fit that. Just a nice little treat. So that's the box. Right, so we'll start with the card tonight. And we're going to be making just the normal standard size. I think it's called it an A6 card. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. So with the longest side at the top, we're going to be cutting this at 14.8 centimeters, and I'll give you inches in a second. So I'll just put one of those to the side. So where are we? The card, so it'll be 21 centimeters. I've lost it again. 21 centimeters by 14.8, or it's 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4. So we're going to score that on the long side at 10 1/2. Make sure I get my right blade. Okay, then we're just going to burnish that. And there we go. That can go away for a few minutes. So there's our base card. So what we're going to do next, I may as well get everything cut. I'm not as prepared as what I normally am tonight, I'm afraid. It's been a busy day. So I'll bring the trimmer back in. Right, so I've just got basic white cardstock, and I'll cut the piece to go inside. And that will be 10 centimeters by 14.3 centimeters, or 3 7/8 of an inch by 5 1/2 of an inch. So just cut this down. I'm working in centimeters tonight. White card, so with 10. Do it that way. 10, what did I say, by 14.3. Oh, excuse me. I think that is actually 14.3. That is 14.3 that way. So we want to cut that at 10. And just get rid of my this, so that can't pick it up. So that should just have a little border around. That's for the inside. So we'll stamp that in a moment. The next piece is the front piece, which we're going to use ink to blend, and we're going to stamp palm trees on. So that's the next piece we're going to cut. So it's basic white again, and we need the same size piece. So we are 10 by 14.3. So that is, take that bit out. So that is that piece of the front. I might actually, when we come to, I might cut that down just a little bit more, because we're going to put a frame on there as well, like I've done with this one. I've cut a Sahara Sand frame. Now I must admit, if I'd had an embossing folder, I would have embossed it in maybe a basket weave type embossing folder, something like that. Or but I'm afraid I haven't got any embossing folders. I'm going to have to invest. So I've just left it plain and just stamped on the edge. But I'll cut the frame, and I say that's the Sahara Sand. I I've got a piece. I was just panicking that I hadn't got any out. And that is the same size as the other pieces. So we are, that is 14.3 by 10. I will try looking for comments, but I'm not a very good multitasker, I'm afraid. But I'll catch them up at the end if I don't get them. While we're working. So yeah, so I'm just going to cut that white piece that I'm going to blend on just a tad, so that when we cut the frame, the white piece is just inside, if you see where I'm coming from. I'm just going to cut just a slither off each side. Just like that. Okay, so hopefully for now that is my trimmer finished with. So we've got 2 pieces. We'll cut the frame out after we've done some stamping and blending. So I've just got a plain A4 sheet. I am going to stamp first, and what I'll do, I did have it to hand. I had my envelope ready and prepared, and like every week, where's that gone? I've got it. Oh dear. Oh, it's gonna be one of them evenings, I'm afraid. Whoops. Hi Janine. Right, so we're going to use garden green and cinnamon cider. Now if I'd got the they're called, not the blends, they're the alcohol markers, can't think what they're called, just the ordinary sort of inky pens, I would normally have maybe done that, use those for this, but you need a very careful eye. So I'm just going to sit down, because what I'm going to do is the trunks we're going to do in cinnamon cider, and I've done this a few times now and we're getting there slowly. So we've just inked the trunks up, and I'm just going to get a tissue and I'm just going to wipe, because I've just got some ink just in the middle, and then we're going to go in and just ink the top. So this is where the pens, you could just ink them on. Right, so we'll do the envelope first. So I'm just going to stamp in this corner. I'm just going to give it a huff just to revive it, because it's quite hot in this room. I was tempted to have the door open. The window is open, but if I have the door open, the breeze comes through from the landing window, but the only trouble is we'd have at least 2 mad cats running around, and I didn't think it was very good to have the cats about. They'd be everywhere, but never mind. So on here, I'm just going to use the green for the back. So I'm just going to go in, just so you've got the palm trees. Oh, it's not perfect. I can always do another one. Got to take my time. Don't rush. There we go. Put them there, that's better. And then for this I am just going to go in with my brown again. You've just got to get used to where the edge of the ink pad is, because you can't see it. And we'll go in with the green. And I'm just going to go in there. There we go. It's got a bit of colour. Just before I forget, because knowing me, I'll forget to do the envelope. I'll dab hand at that. Right, so for the inside of the card, we're going to go in again, and we're just going to ink up the stems, the trunks, whatever you want to call them. And I'll just get my tissue and just take that bit off there. A little bit fiddly, but we get there. And then I think we're about okay there. Fingers crossed. And we're just going to go in the corner. There we go, just a little bit of pressure. There we go, it's not too bad. So that's for the inside. Put that to one side. So I'm just going to close them up for a minute and just get me chamois and clean that stamp off. Just to make sure it's down the middle where it gets. That's it. Okay. That's back over there. Right, so we're going to be blending, and from last week we did the background for the other masculine card I made. Now, as I said, I don't have the Stampin' Up clouds. But if you just bear with me, I shall just show you. And it is basic borders. That one has like a cloud die, and this is a die set that I'm going to get, but I've got to use this one because I haven't got another one. So, but this is the borders dies, basic borders it's called. It's got all different. It's got clouds, it's got a zigzag, it's got like a little, one's a bigger zigzag than the other, one's a decorative, one's like an envelope with a point, and one's like a curved envelope. But they've either got I think they've got stitching down or a little pattern or something in there. But yeah, so you can Stampin' Up do a product very similar. So I'm going to go on that side. Just do the edges. Okay, so I'm going to go in with, I'm using Balmy Blue for the sky, Sahara Sand for the sand, Bermuda Bay for the sea, as well as Pacific Point. So I'll just get, oops, and unfortunately I still haven't had a chance to get any blending brushes from Stampin' Up, but they do blending brushes, and they are very, very good. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to use what I've got for the time being. Right, so at the bottom, we have a bit of sand. So we will take this teeth into gear, Sahara Sand. And it's just a matter of just placing a bit of colour. It does come. It sometimes you think, oh, it's not colouring, but it does get there. So we want a bit of sandy colour at the bottom. I'm not the best blender, but we have a go at anything. There we go. So just going to move up a little bit. You're not going to see much of this, to be perfectly honest, but it's just nice to have that bit of sand at the bottom. It's certainly been beach weather just lately. Been a bit too hot for me, I'm afraid. I'm not a heat fan, sun fan. It doesn't do me any. I just burn and frizzle. So I'm very cautious in the sun. But it's lovely to see it. It's lovely to be out. Right, so we'll leave that like that. Ooh, leave that like that. Just wipe the excess off there. Right, then we're going to go in with Bermuda Bay. Just get some. And just the same, we're just going to go in and we're just blending the colour into the Sahara Sand. Just blend it in. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to gauge roughly if we can do it level. Something like that. I'm going to keep my Bermuda Bay and get my teeth into gear again. It's one of them. It's going to be one of them evenings, I said. This is that bit darker. So I'm just going to put that piece of card just over there. And then we're just going to blend up to it. So I'm not the best at blending, but I'm just going to take some of that because I want to go back in with the Bermuda Bay now. And just blending it into that, the Pacific point. Okay, so we take that away. is what we've got. Let's have a look. Oh, it's not far off level. So I suppose what I ought to do is cut the I'll do it when I do the box. I'm going to say I could have done all the blending together. So we are going to have the sky is done in balmy blue. Just taking the colour. It's surprising how much colour you get on your brushes. There we go. So we've got balmy blue. Oops. And then this looks quite a dark colour. It's quite deceiving. And then we're just going to go in. We might get a tinge of bit of the Bermuda Bay, but so we're just gonna. Oh dear, I can't pick it up. Might turn that over actually, and just a little bit. Just go over the top. Just going to graduate it down. Basically, that's what I'm going to do. And then move it over again. It's amazing what you can do with a stencil type thing. And then I'm just gonna go in like that, I think. And it's basically, I've just graduated it down, and then we'll just sort of got lighter as we've gone down. There we go. So we've got clouds, and I'm just gonna just rub over just so it takes the sort of the brightness off the white. And there we have our inlay for behind the cards. What I am going to do, you can just see it, is with the good old Wink of Stella brush, I'm just gonna just put a bit, just as we go down. Just so it gives us a little bit of shimmer, and a bit makes it look like a bit of movement. Okay, I'll just let that dry, because what I'm going to go in next with, I'm going to go and we're going to stamp the palm trees at this side. So I'll just ink that up while that's drying. So, here we go. Just up to the top there. Tissue again, just to get rid of the brown I put on there. It's got a bit of tissue in there. Okay, and then we go in with the green. Try and get it all. Give it a huff. And then we're going to stamp that And it looks like it's coming out of the water, but never mind. You'll not see it when we get the pineapple on. So there we go. So that's what that's the picture we've got at the moment. I'll just clean my stamp off. Just get down. It's just down that little middle bit that does it get caught. There we go. So I'm going to put that to one side just to dry off. Just move my inks. Oops. Oh, inks out the way. Let's stand them up. So I'm going to move that just to there. And what we're going to do now, move that out of the way, we're going to cut the frame to just get everything ready. Find my die. Now it's the same trick as I had last week, because I haven't yet got the rectangular dies. You can do it. I'm doing it with a square one. This is a retired die set, as I say, because I haven't got the rectangular ones. So I'm going to show you a trick. I've got cat hairs on my blooming tape. Oh dear. So I'm just eyeballing. She thinks it's straight. That'll be fine. So I'm just putting some low tack tape. Just going to take that to my machine. Die cut machine. And we'll wind that through. Okay. So if we can use this for something else, just take the tape off, put that to one side, and then basically you can feel where the groove is, where it's cut previously. So if you line that up in basically in the tram lines, and we're not far off there, we'll just pop that through. Take that out, and there's our frame. Take that piece. There we go. So this is what we've got. So that is going to be our frame. So what I need to do on this frame, I'm going to stamp the palm tree. I am going to line it up actually. So I know where I'm going to stamp it. Just so it looks a little bit continuous. I have a pencil somewhere. Alright, so if I put that there, I'm just marking basically. Yeah. So if I pop that there, I give my marks. I've then got a rough idea where that big palm tree is. So I forgot to ink it up again. Something like a wooden effect stamp I thought would look nice, or something like that. Stampin' Up did used to do one. but that's retired. But I just, you know, could do all sorts of different things. But I just fancied like the continuation of the picture. I suppose it brings your eye into it. So, a little piece of tissue, just wipe the brown off, or I don't want it. Go in with my green. Like so. I've just caught round the edge. I'm just going to wipe that off. Right, give it a huff. Right, so if I stand up, we're gonna do, I might do the bigger one actually. And there we go. So you can just see, and hopefully it'll not look too stupid. So it just gives you the idea of there's more over this side. So that is that piece. And we're going to do the same sort of thing, if you look, with the pineapples. So we're using two colours once again. So we'll stamp the pineapples next on a piece of basic white. Please say hi if you're out there. Nice to see who's on. And so we need, I'm doing it Bumblebee and Garden Green again. So I'm just going to ink up the greenery and then go in with the Bumblebee. And then give it a huff. It's so hot in here tonight. Okay, that's one. I'll do the Bumblebee first this time. And then we're just going to fussy cut these out. As some of you all know, I love to fussy cut. So, give it a huff. And give it a stamp. Just clean that off. I could just eat a nice bowl of pineapple. Nice and refreshing. Right, so I'm just gonna just quickly fussy cut those out. I'm just leaving just a little edge just round them. And the beauty of fussy cutting is move your card, not your scissors. There we go. Just a little white border round. That's one. We'll just do this one. do think that in the die set that goes with this stamp set, I do believe there is a die that actually cuts the pineapple out, I think. Right, so there we go. 2 pineapples, so I'll just put them to one side. So we've got the pineapple, we need to put the piece, if I just bring the card in, this piece here that I've just put on, just to basically, it's just to stick out a bit, 3D. I'm just going to cut that. I didn't do it right to the edge. I just did a wild guess and just cut it out and just did it like it was sand. That's a bit of a sand dune. So that's just a scrap of Sahara Sand. How will that one do? Yeah. So I'll go with that. So I'll just quickly measure. There we go. So I'm going to cut it just roughly. We'll go 9 centimetres. You can make it as deep or as however you want, but that piece will do. So I'll just cut it to 9 centimetres in my trimmer. So that is going to go there, and then we're just going to get the scissors and cut it however you want. Just to give it a bit of, okay, so that's what we've got so far. What I might do actually is just blend a bit of Sahara Sand just on the bottom of this, just on this piece. Just so it gives it a little bit of well, looks like a bit of texture. It's just like it's not just a plain piece of card, there's something on it. And then I might just put, if I put that there, I might just a tiny little bit on the bottom of the card, of the frame, as if it's sort of more sand, just so it's not plain basically. There we go. And then we'll pop that on there. Right, so if I just pop that up there out of the way. So next we need to do surfboards. Now somewhere on my desk I just played about and played about. I did them on white card, I did them on different coloured card, but I just thought, just for the shape, I just played about. They're not perfect, but so like I'm going to use that one, I think. No, I'm not. Decisions. I want the shape though, so we need a biggish one. So we're going to do a biggish one at the back. So I'm going to go with blue again. I quite like the blue. So all I did basically, I just cut the shape out by hand. But what I'm going to do is just draw around this shape. What I had thought about, if I'd got the border dies, there's a curved one, and I could maybe have used that to get the edge quite neat. But I'll have to try that when I do eventually get them. So go with that one, just the same. Okay, so before I cut them out, I'm going to stamp them. So excuse my squeaky chair. I'm just going in with basically more or less colour on colour. So this is Calypso Coral, so I'm going to stamp that on that. This is Misty Moonlight, but I'm going to stamp it with Night of Navy. And what I'm going to stamp them with, I'm going to go the big one this time with the big flower in the set, that one. And then the Calypso Coral, I'm going to do the smaller one. So I'll stamp the big one first. So just a matter of inking your stamp up. Just going in. Right, so just put that to one side. I'll clean them up in a little while. And then the Calypso Coral. So I've got the little one. We're just going to go in. There we go, you don't have to fill it. So all we're going to do, I'm going to use my big scissors. And I'm just going to cut on the inside of that. So it doesn't have to be perfect. People know what it looks like. I know it looks like a surfboard, so. That's one. And then here's the second one. Now, it's totally up to the individual, but you can do what I did. Put surfs up. You could put love you. You could do anything. These are the alphabet dies that I've cut these out with. And basically, from a few weeks ago when I designed my own DSP, I had some pieces left over, and that's what I've used. So I'm just going to see what I've got. So these are the little pieces that I've got. Don't think I'll get one out of there. So I'll just get my Playful alphabet dies. So let's go. We'll go love you. Can't see if we're looking. E Y O U. Put those to one side, and I'll just get my my little Stampin' Cut and Boss machine. And let's see, I might get them all out of there. Let's go. L O V E I'm going to do love in that one. I'm going to do you in the other one. So just so they don't move. Go through. Just take these off because knowing me, I shall lose them. I'd lose my head if it wasn't screwed on. Those over there. So that is my plates are well used, as you can tell. Get rid of that. That's my love. And I'm just going to put these two pieces on, and we're going to get, I can pick my little dies up. They're just fiddly. That's all. So we'll do it like that, and then put the top on. I always stagger my plates as well, and hopefully, yeah, they haven't moved. You could always put some tape on them if you wanted them to stay down. So, oops, move my dies out of the way. And there is the U. Oh. You can pop that little machine away. So it'll go something like, this is the trouble, can't pick them up. I've got nails as well. Come on, that's it. So it'll go something like, I'll do it that way. Love. You can just see it on there. I know it's not the best colours to go on there, but you can read it. So do like that. Love you. That's what we're going to put on. Right, so let's have a look. So we've got those to put together, the pineapples. So let's put this card together. So the inside, we're just going to glue that on in there, just using wet glue. There we go. And you've got wiggle room with the wet glue, which is great. We love a bit of wiggle room. There we go. So then we shall stick that on there once again with the glue, like so. That Wink Castella really gives it that bit of shimmer. It's really nice. I like a bit of Winker Stella. And if you can see it, but it really does set that off. So then we're going to mount that on there, but I'm going to put these on with dimensionals. And what I did, there we go. Piece of card there. What I did was on the edge, you get these strips, and I just took those off, and I just, they do have the uses, and I've got a new, where are we? There we go. I've got a new set. There it is. So I'm just going to clip this corner, and I'll clip it down there. Okay, and then let's just see how we go. Cut that off. Oh, it's a bit too long. So just on there like so. Can go on there. And then take this edge off. You don't never waste any dimensionals. Always get used up. Is that going to sit? Yeah, that'll sit like that, I think. Or did I ought to take that piece off? So I could put that piece there and that piece down there. There we go. So that's that bit done. This bit we're going to stick up on dimensionals. Just going to see. Yeah, so I'm going to work out where I want it. So if we go somewhere like that, just going to put a line on there so I can see where we're putting dimensionals. And yet again, we'll use these, hopefully. Cut that off there. So that goes like that. And then we'll put two on the end. Like so. So if I'll just take those off. She says. Yeah, there we go. Right, so I just eye it up. Use my tweezers. I might do it that way actually. Sorry about this, folks. So we're gonna go, let's hope, just pick it up. Alright, maybe that didn't work. That'll do. So there we go. and that is going to stick on there. So let's get that stuck on there. My desk's going to be a tip tonight. Oh, good job I didn't have the cats in, I think. I had a field day. There we go. So then it's just a matter of eyeballing it. That's not too bad. Okay, so that is what we've got. You can see the dimension, I think. Just right. So we need, I'm just going to take a little bit off that one. That's going to go behind like so, and then this one is going to go, so it goes out like that. And then I'm just going to sit down, I'm just going to do it so I can, I know they're not stuck in place, but just so I can see. Where I'm popping these. I've got that wrong way around, but never mind, it's not the end of the world. Love you. Okay, so I'm just going to put these down. What I do keep forgetting is I have some, I found some double-sided tape I could have put on before I die cut, and it would have been like a little sticker, but I forgot, so never mind. So I'll have to go down with, come on glue, you can do it. So it's so hot up here tonight. And then, oh come on, trouble is then it all comes out in a rush, just everywhere. There we are. Whoops. See, I've got that upside down, but never mind, it's not the end of the world. It still looks like an E. Oh, get off me. Right. There we go. And just that. I've done it the opposite way to that one, but never mind. And then, last but not least, you. Right. So we now need to put these into place. So that one, what I'm going to do is put a dimensional just at the top, then I'm just going to put some glue lower down. So put that one in place first. Like go. And then this one, I'm just going to go like so. I'm going to put dimensionals on there. I'm going to raise it off the side because at this right hand side it's going to be on the frame, and I just want, it won't be a very good card to post, but and then I'm just going to, oops, just going to raise, I'm going to do 2 levels of dimensionals just in the middle, because obviously that is lower. So, whoops, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if this works. It just raises it up that bit and just gives it that bit of 3D effect. Oops. Oh, I didn't turn them off. So then, there we go. That's what we've got. So then, the pineapples, we're just going to put on here. I'm going to glue this first one down. That's just going to be flat on top of the, like so, and then I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of this one. Oh, there we are. Can't see if we're looking. Just put 1 dimensional on, and we are going to go like that. So that is the card. There we go. The card done. It's got quite a bit of, I don't know if you can see with the lights, quite a bit of dimension on there. So it won't be a brilliant card to post. It probably cost you the earth to post, but yeah, to hand somebody, I think it's quite cool. So that's the card. 1 down. Now do the box. So the box, it comes out of the box itself, not the front bit, comes out of 1 piece of A4. So I'll just get my card, if you just bear with me. Don't know if that's 23.5 by 14.5. I'll just measure that. No, that is not long enough. I'll just get another piece of card. Right, there's my trimmer. So, got the extension out for this. Just leave my card. So, we need a piece of card. I've done the card bit, so that is 23.5 centimetres long, 23.5, and that is 9 3/8 of an inch. Anybody works in inches? By 14.5 centimetres or 6 inches. I said 6 inches, that's not 6 inches. Ooh, 14.5. No, 5 3/4. Oh well, we'll work with the centimetres. See how we go. I've written that down wrong somehow. Fingers crossed it works. Right, so there's the cardstock. We need to score it on the landscape side at 1.5 centimeters, which I'm going to measure from this side. So you measure up to just short of 4 centimeters this side. So 1.5 centimeters, and don't forget, use a scoring tool, not cutting tool. So I'm just going to spin that round now, and we're going to score at 11 centimeters, which is there. 12.5 centimeters. I ought to give you this in inches, but I'm doubting my inches now. Come on, 12.5. And then 22 centimeters. I'll do it in centimeters, and when I put it onto YouTube, I'll put a description in and put the inches on there. So I'm just not 100% sure. Right, so now on the portrait side, we score at 1.5 again. I'm going to do it from this side because it's easier. So that's 1.5. 3 centimeters. I'm going to spin it round and go to 3. And then 13 centimeters. There we go. That's all my scoring done. We'll need that to cut some more card in a moment, but we'll deal with this piece first. And I have, it is that way, I have a template there to show you what we're going to be cutting off. So with the 2 score lines at the top, so you've got the 2 lines there and the single line at the bottom. Right, so we're going to take the bottom right hand corner off. What we're going to, so if I just take that off, but we're just going to wedge that bottom corner, oops, and then I'm just going to wedge that side. So that's that one. Then we're going to cut up all the score lines up to the first score line at the bottom. So we cut that one, we cut that one, and we cut that one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wedge that one, and we're also going to wedge that one. Okay, so that is the bottom piece done. So what I'm going to do now is turn that round, and we're going to turn this one round. So what we're going to do is cut these first 2 squares. We're going to cut down the score line to the second score line. So cut down to the second score line. We're going to cut off at the first score line, and then we're going to wedge that. Okay, so if we go to the next 2 score lines, these 2, we're going to cut to the second score line on both of them, and then we're going to spin around like that, and we're going to cut the second score line down, and we're going to wedge. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take all that section out. I'm going to use my big scissors for this. So I'm just going to go down and take that section. Oh, come on, you can do it. Okay, so we've got that section. What I need to do, if I turn that round, what we've just cut off there, this is the double score lines. We're going to take, like we did at this end, we're going to take that first square, I'm going to get rid of that one, and we're going to wedge that square like so. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. What I'm going to do is just only slightly wedge that piece, whether it's double section, that is going to be this part, that is going to be that part. So I've just slightly wedged it, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and just corner round that. Just bear with me. Stampin' Up! But do a corner punch. It's 3, I don't have it yet, but it has it's 3 punches in one. So I haven't done that very, because I wedged it. So that's what we've got. So that basically matches the template. What I'm going to do now is burnish the score lines. So burnish them all with the bone folder. And this little one. And then we just do, it's got that piece ankle. So there we go, that is what we've got. Now what I am going to do, I just noticed I haven't, this piece where you cut the top off, I'm just going to, forgot to wedge that long piece just at that side in the centre. Okay, that is what we've got. So let's put the box together. So what we're going to do, so let me get my head together. Yeah, that's it, it's alright. Right, so if we bend this end in, the bit that we've cut the top, I'm going to liquid glue this. I did actually do it with tear and tape on the other one, like a good old bit of liquid glue. Okay, so then we're going to pull this over so that then sticks to that. Just burnish it so it actually adheres. And there we go, we've got the start of the box. Right, so this is going to be the front of the box. So what we need to do here is these 2 pieces in, and I'm going to glue, just put a little bit of glue just on those, and I'm going to move that there, and then I'm just going to put a bit of glue on there, and then I'm going to fold that one over. Just going to turn it opposite way around because I'm just going to get my bone folder in and just make sure. There we go. Just put the lid on that because that will go. And then all I'm going to do now, Stampin' Up no longer do that, but if you've got a circle punch, this is only a little one, we're just going to take a notch, half a circle, oops, it's not far off, this is a 1/2 inch, but whatever you've got. So those two fold in. Okay, that is the box. Now, it does fit. I was just panicking then, I thought that looked smaller. So we go. Make sure she goes in. Yeah. We're on. Spot on. That's a relief. I thought that wasn't going to fit then. Okay, so now we'll make the shaker piece for the front to go on. Right, so we just put those there. I need a piece of card. So just to quickly blend on, hopefully I'll not be too much longer. We want a piece card for blending, 9 3/4 centimeters. No, that's the main. Where are we? I thought it was, just bear with me. I haven't written it down. Yeah. 9 by 8.5 centimeters. So I'll go that way. So 9 by 8.5. This is the piece of basic white, so we can just quickly blend on. And because this isn't quite square, I just wanted to double check that is the way we need to do it. So it is 9 centimeters in as the top and the bottom. It's landscape. Right, just get me scrap. So I'll just quickly, Sahara Sand. You don't actually see the Sahara Sand, so I don't know why I'm bothering. We'll not do Sahara Sand. We'll just do the sea and then the sky. So we've got Bermuda Bay at the bottom. Just blend. So I've got some like sequiny things in. Look like the sea swirling about. Okay, so I've got that's Bermuda Bay, and we'll go in there with Pacific Point. And once again, I'm going to bring my stencil in. I'll put them down somewhere. What have I done with them? Oh, I'll tell you. I've lost my stencils. Aha, me found. Okay, so we're going to go part way down. So let's go somewhere like that. Hopefully it'll be level. And then we're just gonna blend in. Like so. And then we'll have some clouds. Maybe gone a bit higher up on this than the other one, but never mind. And then just use the clouds. Just turn it over. Like so. And we'll just go lighter. I haven't added any more ink. And then like that. There we go. Just run it over so it doesn't be too stark. White. There we go. What I could actually do is I could have stamped some birds. The stamps that we used last week. Sailing home, that I think that's got some birds in it. But never mind. So all I'm going to do now is just ink up my palmy tree. Like so. Get the tissue. I always seem to catch just that piece there. Wipe that off. There we go. And then just go on with garden green. And then just give it somewhere there. Like that. I'll clean that off in a sec. So that is what we've got. I'll tell you what I will do. I'm not going near that, but I'm just gonna should have done this before I'd stamped there. You're not going to see the bottom bit. But just to give it a bit of shimmer, just leave that to dry. Right, so now I'm just going to, we'll make the frame for the card. Once again, I used the square die that I used before, but you can use any die. You can have it what shape you want. She says, what have I done? I tell you, it's one of them this year. It's alright. I knew it was going to be one of them evenings. Right, so we need 2 pieces. And I think it's 9 by 9.5. Yeah, 2 pieces. This is Calypso. No, it isn't Calypso. Coastal Cobana, what I'm using. So we want 2 pieces, 9 by 9.5. So I'll just get my trimmer out quickly again. So do 9.5 that way. that's 9. So that's that bit. And then 9 by 9.5. So what I'm going to do is just put that square on there. So it's up to you. You could do a round, you could do, doesn't matter. It's just that I have this one and that's what I've used. But you can say you can use any dies that you've got. Tape, and we'll do that. I'll just put that through my machine. Just bear with me a second. I'm hoping that's about. Don't rid myself now. I'll do. Take my piece off. That's my die. So there is my frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick that piece down on there. I'm going to stick that piece. But what I need to do, acetate. Oh, this is where I can't see it because it's clear. Oh dear. Sorry folks, just let me find it. Totally not organised. Aha, we've got it. Right, so I do need to cut this. So I haven't finished with my trimmer. So we want 9 by 9.5. Oops. Right. What we're going to do is put that behind there, like so. That's going to go on there. Right. So round, I need something where I can see this. I don't know if you can see it on there. I'm going to use tear and tape for this. I can find the edge. If I can see. And then down to there. Down to that. And then last piece. Okay. So I'm going to take the tape off, or the backing tape. That's it. Wow. Come on. Doesn't want to move, doesn't want to come off. There we go. There we are. I'm going to place that down. In fact, I'm going to put it on there And then I'm going to come in with my tweezers and place that over the acetate, window sheet, whatever you want to call it. And I can just make sure that it's, and I've just gone over the edge, so I'm just going to trim. I've just got a tiny little bit showing that side, so I'm just going to trim that off. And then there's a little piece there, it's on there as well. Just don't want to cut my card. It's that, you can barely see it. Right, so then that is going to sit on there, but it's going to sit on there. I'm just going to put some foam tape on the back. Now, Stampin' Up do an amazing tape. This isn't it. It comes in strips and it's so much easier to use, but I haven't got any, so I have to use this one. But with a shaker card you have to make sure that basically it's sealed so nothing comes out. I'm going to put some little sequins in. So I'm just going to see, because I think that is just a bit wide. Just bear with us. I want to there. I'm just going to get my other scissors. I'm just going to take a piece off. That's it. And we're going to put that right up. Like so. And the same, I'm going to measure it. Piece I want. And then I'm just going to cut that down. See, Stampin' Up comes in nice sized strips, which are a lot easier to use. So I'm just using up old stuff in a minute. So that, right, spot on. So we've sealed basically all the way around that frame. Now I have this little tool, and what I'm going to do, basically what it is, it's like an anti-static bag, and it's got like powder in it, and it just takes any static, any sticky away. And I might actually just do it over there. And if you haven't got one of these, I don't think Stampin' Up do them, they used to. Old pair of tights, corn flour, talc, you can make your own. So, right, I am going to fill this. I've just got some, these are extra tiny little sequins that I had. So I'm just going to put a few in. Just two, I thought they were nice because they were like sea coloured. So just put a few in. Just shake them. And mix them up. Getting them sticking to my fingers. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that like that. So I'm going to take the sticky off. So you've got to be extremely careful. Oops. Okay. So it sticks everywhere. Right. So then I'm just going to go in and place that on there and just burnish those sides, and that is what we've got, just like that. I didn't have, you can tell, I didn't have my sticky, I couldn't find my anti-static pad for that one, so all I'm going to do is stick that onto there just with some glue, just round. Just like so. Then we're going to stick that onto there. You maybe could have got away actually without putting this backing bit on, but I just thought it was a bit sturdier. Put that on, that is the right way. Put that on like so. And then, just for quickness, I showed you how to make the surfboard. Ooh. I might just do it out of that. Just so, how long did I do it? I just cut that by hand. That's 8 centimetres. So if I measure 8 centimetres on there, put a mark. I'm just going to draw around that first, just so I get my basic shape, and then I'm going to go in sugar, and it's double-sided, so it doesn't matter. So if I just go in, just cut just in that. Okay, then we can put that up like that. So I'm going to stick that up on dimensionals. Find them like that. So I've used all my scraps from my DSP from the other week. There's always something you can use them for. I don't like getting rid of anything. I like to make something with it. So there we go. That was the first one. That's the second one. And then, I don't know, can't see. I've got my desk all cluttered. Just let me put my things away. Move that out of the way. There we go, it's not too bad. And then, so we've got one card, two cards. So those are tonight's projects. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will spin you round. Just bear with me. Hi. Oh, it's took longer than what I expected. Nearly 2 hours. Oh dear, I'm sorry to have kept you. Thank you very much for your lovely comments. I'll go through them. I can see I've got a 6 on there, but I can't see what they are. I don't quite know what's happened on there, but no, I've had a lovely evening. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will upload the video, save it onto YouTube, and then I'll put it on when I've done it. It'll also say I save all my videos on Facebook, so you can always go to Facebook, Lorna Carter's Creations, or on my YouTube channel, Lorna Carter's Creations. And in the description on YouTube, I shall put all the measurements, the products I've used, and everything like that. And I will, for the box, I'll put the measurements in inches. I don't know what happened. I must have just had a blip that last night, but never mind. But I've had a lovely evening. Really enjoyed that. Hope you have. And next week, I think we'll be back to, I think we're going to go with, I know it's awful, but sympathy cards. I've had to do a few lately, which isn't good. But I think that's what we're going to go with, sympathy, for next week. So thank you very much for watching. Had a lovely evening. Thank you. Good night.